If it's Monday, it's time for the Rescreened LLC late model tour. This week we're off to England, right? The UK, right outside of man, where did I say earlier? I already forget. Liverpool or something. It's Oulton Park for our lone road course of the season. This is Johnny Rapp and Justin Wilson in the Slingshot Racing media booth. Justin, I know you are a an avid road racer, if I would say, and yeah, give us some of your thoughts about these guys taking these late models around this Turkey course.
Yeah, tonight's gonna be definitely tricky with these cars. I mean, these late model stocks are built for short track ovals, meaning they have a lot of softer suspension, low downforce, and they weigh a lot. They're 3,100-pound cars easily, right? So a lot of weight transfer. So you're gonna see a lot of these guys with a lot of understeer in these corners and a lot of power oversteer on exit. So you'll be definitely seeing them getting a little bit loose off the corners if they hit it too hard. Yes, I do enjoy road courses. I've only turned laps around this track once, which just happened to be today when we were running some street stocks right here. Just kind of get a feel for what these guys are going to be experiencing tonight. And it's definitely a challenging course. I mean, a lot of elevation changes, right? We're going to probably get into that. So a lot of tight corners. So it's going to be a lot of braking. So it's going to be very tricky with these guys, especially when it comes to the saving tires for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very unique track, and we like to do this once per season. Just kind of shake everything up, right? You know, give the road racers a chance to shine. Yeah, I still think we're going to see some of the same names up front, but yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll see a someone else sneak in there. I guess that brings us to our we'll do our key stories now because we're kind of already touching them. So yeah, here we go. We were just talking about it. We have you know, is there going to be some road course ringers? We just saw in that street stock race, Devin Jack putting a lot of pressure for a win against Braxton Weiss, but yeah, Braxton doesn't run in the late models, but yeah, I mean, it's very possible that somebody else can sneak their way up there and take advantage of maybe, you know, somebody's weak with not being able to really run road, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, Braxton is definitely one of the ones to watch out for tonight. I mean, right now, top of the boards. You got Ryan Phillips as well, looking very strong tonight. But yeah, I wouldn't count out Jake Rao, Kyle Terzak. You know, those guys have been, and Levi Cox, right? He's been up there in the front for the entirety of this season. So I do expect those guys to put on a good show tonight too, even though we're turning right.
Yeah, so second thing on the board here is fuel saving. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to make it. It's very close. So you might see these guys have to save a little bit. And man, I don't think they're gonna have to, but it's something to keep an eye on if you see somebody really back the pace down. Maybe they're trying to make it to the end on gas. But we have
Well, you
passing
definitely,
zones, right? uh,
yeah. So there are some key corners. I'm going to cut you off there. Sorry. There are some
all good.
key corners. So there's a couple of hairpin. Well, there's really one true hairpin, the chicane, and everyone's favorite, the old Knickerbrook chicane. That one's got a lot of challenges to it because the way you need to brake and enter that corner, it's going to be a great passing zone for those who can get that run. Seen it in other cars, so I do expect it to see it here tonight. But a lot of our passing is going to be late braking and just getting your nose under somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, and with that, I mean, there's a lot of long straightaways. Getting a good run, maybe cross somebody over. You have plenty of time to set up for it for on some of these straightaways, so it should be very interesting. And then the last topic is tire wear, which we know how these late models are. They don't really wear the tires too much, but on a road course, that could be a little different. You might have to really manage your front tire uh, with all the
Well,
grip these things have, just sending it off into the corner.
I want you to redact your statement because, as we saw from last week, tire wear does matter. But yes, this track is definitely going to bring the challenges, as I mentioned earlier. The power oversteer that you're going to get from the slow speeds and the low downforce of these cars is wild. So you're going to see a lot of sliding out of these corners from these drivers unless they're very careful about it.
Yeah. Either way, it should make for an exciting show. Yeah, we'll go through the track info here because it's not a track that you really see, us oval guys go to a lot. So, yeah, there we go. We actually have some info about the track. Now I know where it is. It says Little Budworth, England, right? But it's a fairly big road course, just over 2.5 miles here. It's and it's gonna be fun to see these cars. I kind of compare it to like a mini Nürburgring, right? That's the vibe that it puts off to me. So,
Yeah, I could see it. You know, the elevation changes, the kind of tight corners, kind of just the feel of the track. The scenery is kind of similar in a way. I see where you're coming from.
yeah, yeah, hey, it's nice, scenic track here. So looks like we are moving into qualifying, and yeah, it's quite a long. Oh no, it's not a long qualifying. It's 5 minutes here, one lap, and we are not doing heat racing tonight. So everybody makes the field. It's all about where you start. Yeah, but none of the chaos of heat. So that should be exciting. And going into that, we could talk about our points things because I haven't touched on that yet. After last week's race, we saw a little bit of a shake up with Jake Kraut. Kind of, yeah, where did he get? If it wasn't even right, but Kyle Terzak
Yeah, I think he.
and closed his way into the points here. I think it is the right race. Yeah, it was Wilkesboro, right?
Yep. Yep. So yeah, Kyle Terzak's win really brought him closer to Jake Rout, even after some chaotic races that we've had. But Jake Rout, like you said, he did finish, I believe, fifth. I think that's where he finished. Either fourth or fifth. So 4 points separate the two. Levi's had some struggles. I know he had some struggles at Wilkesboro. So he's got a little bit left to do. We're coming into three races remaining. So it's still possible. I mean, Aiden East technically still has a shot as well with Chris French is right there. That's in fifth. So curious to see on this road course kind of throws a loop in everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for. You got to stay on your toes in this league. To be a little good at every really. Yeah, it's been an incredible battle with top three here all season long. Aiden East, he's had some bad luck, but he's been there. He's been competitive, so we can maybe see him make a late charge here in a season. But yep,
Yeah, I think Wilkesboro definitely hurt him last week, right, with the contact that he had with the leader, causing that crash while he was passing. Man, and it's slipping my mind who he hit. But yeah,
Ryan.
took them both. Yeah, Ryan Phillips, thank you, and took them both out of the race. So he's definitely got a hill to climb. But with this race, kind of the wild card, and our next two races being some wild races as well. Anything can happen.
Yes, sir. Yep. Be a good time. And yeah, only a few races left. I think we're off. Are we off next week or do we run it out? Yeah, we run it out. So
Yep.
yeah, you'll know right where to catch it right here on Slingshot Racing Media. But yeah, let's tune in to some of these guys on their qualifying.
Well,
Now,
I could tell you right now, Jake Grout just had a really bad qual lap. He's nosed head on into the wall. So he will not be putting a lap down because these guys only have 2 more minutes to put a lap down. But yeah, you can see here we got Kyle Terzak coming down the back straight away here down into, oh man, I'm going to get these names correct. I think it's Lodge Corner, I believe. Lodge Corner. The last one here. Takes it a bit wide, a little loose. Oh, and
no.
spins it on the last lap. That's going to not count as lap. We're seeing a lot of guys struggle tonight on this qualifying.
Yep,
We're seeing a
so
few laps go
far,
down. Devin Jack right now is the first one to put a lap down with a 37.6, which is on par what he ran in practice, which he was the fastest in practice. So no surprise seeing that 49 machine, who already has a win this season, on top of the board.
yep. And yeah, as we said, we did that street stock race right before this. Evan Jack was really fast in that too. Definitely showing that he's capable of winning these things on the road course. David Hill puts it on the board, P6 for right now. A couple more guys here.
Yeah, Lane nicely. He just got an off track, so his lap's not going to count there on the very end. Let's see, we got James Danforth out on the track right now as well on his lap. Looks like this last corner, I mean, everyone's sliding off this last corner. They're fighting hard here, trying to keep them tires under them.
yeah, definitely
Danforth's
not
going
what
to
I was
cross the
expecting to
line.
see. Normally, these things grip up pretty good. But yeah, it looks like they're a handful.
Yeah, and those who don't know too that are watching, right? During qualifying, if you dip your tires off the track, right, you get an incident point, and your lap is actually invalid. So a lot of these guys, just dipping their tires into the grass, not counting their lap. So as you can see, only 7 people technically put a legit lap down. So that's definitely going to shake it up. And then the rest of the field will be ordered by iRating. So iRacing will order them. So you'll definitely see a lot of your Kyle Terzak, Jake Routs, and Levi. They'll pretty much be lining up right behind everyone who didn't put a lap down, or who did put a lap down.
Definitely must have been a lot of off tracks there if I had to guess. But yeah, we're working our way through the grid and we have a short pace lap. We'll just go through it real quick. Devin Jack, Ryan Phillips starting up front, Chris French third, with Dylan Potts starting fourth, Jake Mackey starting fifth, and Benson Weaver starting sixth, and David Hill seventh. I believe he is the last one to make time. Then, as he said, Kyle Terzak and Jake Grout going to start 8th and ninth. Levi Cox starting 10th. James Danforth 11th. Caleb Hill 12th. Aiden East 13th. Robert Brooks 14th. And now we're caught up with the overlay.
Clifton Simmons was 15th. William Cameron 16th. James Barker 17th. Tristan Mayhew 18th, Tom Lickard 19th, Patrick O'Toole 20th. Now we're caught back up again. Dave Krajewski, number 6 machine, will be starting 21st with Garrett Lane to his outside. And rolling off last tonight, it's going to be Lane Nicely and the number 8 machine, 23rd. Big field tonight.
Yep.
So before we make it over to, we do have quite a few guys that are receiving an EOL penalty just from, past races here. One of those is Dave Krajewski. We got Garrett Lane, Aiden Neese, James Barker, David Hill. I don't think Bob Belshaw's in tonight's race, and then William Cameron. All those guys are going to be dropped to the tail for this start. So
Yeah, it's definitely it's gonna be tough at a road course to lose that
Yeah.
track possession.
Yeah, and road courses are not notorious for cautions. That doesn't mean we won't get one. If we get a pile up big enough, they will throw one. But for most of the part, if we have like single car spins, right, they're not going to throw the yellow.
Yeah, it's it's something I've been looking forward to. The first caution we get, but yeah, if we don't get it, that's good too. And we
Yeah, well, they
the green
waste,
flag is out. Yeah.
yeah, wasted no time. We're under green. Turn one's going to definitely be tight. See if they all can make it. It's a very tight corner. We got contact with the leaders already. They keep it going. Devin Jack and Ryan Phillips. We got to spin. Dylan Potts is off into the grass. No contact with the wall. Not entirely sure what happened there. We'll definitely have to go back and take a look. Oh, he pulls back on the track. There's
So
still carnage back here.
crazy start to the race. Yeah, let's get back and see what happened to Dylan Potts real quick. I don't want to miss any of the action up front, but you see on the start, he's on the outside, and there's that contact between Ryan Phillips and Devin Jack that kind of bubbles
Jake
everybody up.
Mackey.
And, yeah. Yeah, Mackey just gets into the rear quarter panel and sends him around, but
Yeah. Oh, Kyle Turzak gave Jake Mackey a bump going in the chicane, but he was able to keep it going straight. That could have been dangerous.
yeah, definitely a full contact race so far. We've only made it a half a lap.
Yeah, one thing you will see, those tires in the chicane, they're solid. They are not tires. So you hit those, they don't move. It's like hitting a tree.
You see Levi Cox getting in the grass a little bit, trying to make a move on Jake Mackey. He's able to pull that move off. And tell you what, that 54 looks fast right now.
Yeah, definitely don't want to count these guys out for the race. Oh, man, right in front of them, we did just had a view. Jake Rout was completely sideways off that turn. But this battle between Kyle Turzak and Levi Cox, not only is this a battle for position, right? It's a battle for points.
It absolutely is. Once again, I've said it every week. These guys are always under a blanket, top three in points, and it seems like they just follow each other on track every week, one way or another. But up front, Devin Jack putting a little bit of a gap on Ryan Phillips, just over a second.
Yeah, it's almost a second between each car so far, minus this battle between Levi, Kyle, and Jake Mackey trying to join the battle as well. Yeah, Devin Jack's just out here on a Sunday drive right now. Ryan Phillips is trying to do the same because, tire wear is going to be important. This is a long race. I mean, 30 laps around here is a very long race.
For sure. Yeah, definitely pretty spaced out up front, though. Once again, this is the battle. All the points leaders are still all under a blanket. We got to shout out Benson Weaver here. He's running fourth. He's put a lot of work into road courses. I know he's been running road and plate on Thursdays, and yeah, it seems like he's been enjoying it, So definitely paying off right now, running in the top 5.
Yeah, running road courses definitely help as a driver. It doesn't matter what car you're running, whether it's late model, GT3s, right? Just getting laps around road courses, learning the technical side of how to drive it, because it's completely different. You drive a road course completely different than how you drive an oval. And it shows with some of these guys that do run a lot of road racing.
Yeah, we like to say
Oh,
it's like
man,
route.
sorry.
Oh, you're good.
We had some big contact back here with James Barker, William Cameron, kind of all checked up going into the last corner there. They were completely sideways, but were able to get it straightened back out. But that 8 machine lay nicely, is making some moves through the field right now.
Yeah, we see him battling with Parker here. Parker maybe trying to make a move, but
yeah, he's definitely got the run. He's going to look to his outside. But look at Aiden Neese. Are they going to... For a minute, I thought they were going to go 3 wide. Aiden thought better of it. Chase Parker's going to make the move on the outside and make it work. Oh, Aiden's going off into the grass.
oh my, he slides right back in front of William Cameron there. Lucky that wasn't contact. That could have sent him right into the tire barrier.
Yeah, Aiden East lost about 3 or 4 seconds from just going off into the grass there to avoid that mess. These guys are driving it hard over here right now. Shane Parker off the track right now.
There it is, 3
And they're all
wide.
contact. Yeah, they're contact. James Parker is able to hold on to it. Good save. But they're capitalizing on anything right now. That one person slips up, they're taking it.
I kind of want to go back and maybe get another view of that one from Caleb Hill's perspective, because the late model sandwich down the backstretch here.
Oh, man, that was close. That was close. This guy's did a heck of a job keeping it going straight. So while that battle's happening, the battle right now is on for 4th position between Jake Rout and Kyle Terzak. Terzak's been getting monstrous runs on Jake, but just hasn't been able to complete the pass. I'm watching these guys drive off the track, off the corners, into the grass, using up all the track and some.
Yeah, definitely kind of reminds me of that Watkins Glen race with Keselowski and Ambrose, right? Just using everything they can. Maybe someone put some oil down, but
yeah, we're only on lap 4. so the aggression's definitely on early right now.
Tell you what, up front though, Ryan Phillips, he lost that second early, but he's only lost about a half second since then. And yeah, definitely maybe trying to, or finally figuring the track out a little bit. Able to keep pace with Devin Jack now. It's been seeing completely sideways off in the corner. Yeah, definitely not letting Devin get away just yet.
One thing I'm going to try and keep an eye on tonight is I want to see how many of you guys clip that tire wall in the chicane. I'm going to keep a counter on that as much as I can.
Yeah, it's definitely a dangerous place to put that tire wall, but yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen too many cars with front end damage outside of 48, maybe?
So we need to go back and look. We had a wreck off in Knickerbrook between Aiden Neese and Garrett Lane, or Lane Isley, excuse me, and both of them end up in the gravel.
Oh, yeah. Go a little bit further back here. You see William Cameron out in the grass out of 24.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Aiden East tried to. Looks like Aiden East tried to make a pass over in the grass and lost traction. Took them both out. Fortunately, no damage between the two, but yeah, that's some valuable track position.
Yeah, we see Aiden East has no room to breathe. We go back live, and he's back to battling with Caleb Hill here.
Well, so some things have changed in this last lap. I'm not sure what happened, but Jake Rout was 4th, and now he's back to 6th. Yeah, it looks like he had a little bit of an off track. Lost a few positions there.
Yeah, we see Chris French was able to capitalize on that, move up, passing both Grout and Terzak, if I'm not mistaken.
French has been up there the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he started 3rd, and he's been running 3rd. Yeah, the battle has just been on behind him because the top 3 pretty much separated. I threw a W in there. Separated from the whole entire field. These guys are just in a league of their own right now. But Devin Jack right now just putting on the show right now. He's already pulled 2.5 seconds on Ryan Phillips.
Yep, definitely a masterclass so far from Devin Jack. You see him going through that chicane. A little bit out in the grass, but hey, I think everybody has been so far today.
Yeah, I'm tell you what, turn 1 has been definitely tough for some guys. Just Tom Lickert just lost it in turn 1. And then immediately behind him, James Barker also went off the track in turn 1. So Turn one has not been very friendly to a lot of these drivers right now. It expects so. I mean, it's a very deceiving corner. Doesn't look like it's that tight of a turn until you really, sail it in there and realize that you run out of road.
Yeah, we saw that in the street stock race as well. I think we both know that turn one can be a pain, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We definitely did not survive that. But the battle right now is on for fourth place again with Levi Cox, Kyle Terzak. They were side by side down the whole straightaway as they got into Knickerbrook there, going down the long straightaway here. Look at that, just using off.
Out in the dirt. Oh my.
Able to collect it there, yes. Yeah, this battle right now, Levi's definitely showing the faster between the two, but it's definitely a tough place to pass here. And like we said in our pre-race, right? You gotta know when to attack the overtake, and one of the corners coming up is one of those corners. If you can just send it in there, get up underneath them, get the run, but it doesn't look like he was able to do so.
Yeah, not quite yet, but yeah. Hey, you got to be patient too. Try to force the car in front of you into a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure with these long straightaways if we're going to see really draft to take place. These cars really don't. They're not too aerodynamic, but definitely see when he. Oh man, did you see Levi's car there kind of bounce up off the rumble strip there?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely got a little error there. I don't know if that's something you want to see, but yeah, definitely using all of the track he can. We see one thing, one of the more recent updates in iRacing added the gravel that gets on the track, and we've seen a lot of cars go off. You can see it in coming off the cars, just all the gravel that's left on the track.
Well, I can tell you one of those corners is turn one, because you'll see here. I mean, you'll probably see one of these guys go off of turn one here. A lot of them go off into the grass. Just right here in turn one.
A little bit of a block from the 15 there. Levi Cox is maybe running out of patience here, right? But
well, I mean, these guys have been very aggressive to one another all season. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised, to be fair. Yeah, you can see he's going to try to throw it in there. He's not able to. Turns out kind of closed the door on him. This is a great battle between these two.
yeah, we saw Terzak get a little loose there in the middle of the corner. And
yeah, they're definitely exchanging words right now, but we'll leave it to them.
Settle it on the track, right? Let's go. Right now, another close battle. Looks like Benson Weaver and Jake Mackey for P7. Benson fell off a little bit from the beginning of the race, but still holding pretty strong in the top 10.
Yeah, Benson Weaver ran a 138.6 on that last lap, which is actually a fairly good lap time, even compared to leader. Leader Devin Jack ran a 37.6 that last lap, which he is still the fastest car on the track right now. No surprise there.
Yeah, Devin Jack not looking back. Looks like he has just put the two of Dylan Potts a lap down.
See what you did there.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, the battle still on between Levi and Kyle. I mean, Kyle is just holding up Levi right now. Oh, as Levi went wide there trying to get that run, but that's allowing Jake Grout, who's behind him, to actually start catching up to them.
Yeah, it's one thing with these road courses. Get it side-by-side action, and even not being side-by-side. Like, if you're Terzak right now, you're looking in the mirror, you're driving a little different, right? A little defensively, you're losing time. And yeah, definitely bringing Grout right back into the picture.
Yeah, you could definitely see, he's definitely running the aggressive lane. Kind of moves into the middle thinking that Levi was going to try and make a run on him. Yeah, it's definitely a good battle here to watch. Pretty much the only battle on the track right now. Oh, look at them both go off the track there.
Yeah, no track limits tonight, right? So not like the Dakota race we saw in NASCAR where they would get a stop and go. If you do go off and get a course cutting penalty, just slow down this time. It'll be like a second or two.
Yeah, generally just lifting off, given the time, and it'll clear it. But you do have a certain amount of time that you have to give the time back, or you will end up in the pits for a drive-through.
Oh. Jake Rout completely sideways out of I guess that's turn 2 or 3 there. I don't know. I didn't do my research, but I think we go back and try to get a look at that. That was
oh, wow.
Got out in the grass completely sideways.
Yeah, and
able to save it.
Dipped that right tire in the that right rear tire in the grass. It's a good thing he was able to hold on to that. A lot of drivers lose it under that scenario.
Yeah, that brings Jake Mackey right back up to his bumper. Mackey's been kind of quiet here today, but he's clawing away, getting his having a good run in the top 10 here and maybe challenging for a top 5 by the end of this thing.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that little first lap scuffle that happened. It's not bothering him by no means. I mean, catching Jake Grout, that's he's probably happy about that.
Yep.
A lot of drivers have been chasing him all season.
A little bit further back, we have Robert Ropes catching David Hill here. We haven't talked about Robert yet tonight, and don't really know Robert to be too good of a road racer, but he's proven us wrong tonight. Definitely putting solid effort in.
Yeah. Got a few other drivers that pretty calm race night. You got Vincent Weaver, David Hill, the 43 machine, I think. It's another driver that's kind of just logging laps here and making the best of what he's got.
It's man, I'm telling you, everything is pretty spaced out right now. Yeah, battle fence, probably this one right.
Yeah, between. Yeah, it looks like Kyle Terzak was able to pull away from Levi Cox a little bit. But yeah, this battle between Grout and Jake is starting to build up because the last lap alone, Jake was an entire second faster than Jake Grout.
Battle of the Jakes. We didn't know.
Yeah, true.
Here it is. Like Aiden and me. Okay. Like out lagging.
Yeah, it.
Maybe just again. Call Danforth.
Yeah, Danforth is off the track here. It looks like. Yeah, Danforth just pulled over and called it a night. So it wasn't just you.
Maybe.
Either over in the chicane. Over the chicane, Danforth just called it a night.
Yeah.
Also, we had a pass for 4th place. Levi was able to get up to Kyle, and Kyle Terzak let him go. Not that he had a choice, because Kyle Terzak kind of ran off of turn 1. And Levi just had the run.
Yeah, this battle will not go away, though. I bet you it's just about the same at the very last lap. Guys, bumper to bumper.
Yeah, and it looks like the battle between the two Jakes have kind of eased up a little bit behind this group. Got about 3 or 4 car lengths now, and Jake Route's starting to just pull away.
Yeah, maybe managed to cool those tires down a little bit after some of those slides we saw him pulling off. And, yeah. Tell you what, though, uh, it is kind of a feel-good story to see Ryan Phillips back up in the top 3 after what happened to him last week, getting wrecked out of the lead and just destroying his car. It's a good turnaround this week, running pretty solid in P2.
Well, I wanted you to bring it up because I didn't want to jinx the man.
Yeah, right now is exactly what you want to see. You don't want you don't want anyone near you. He's got a second or 5, what? Yeah, second behind him. No, 5 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
And 6 seconds in front of him. All clean track. Just hit your marks. Just run practice laps. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure the frustration's kind of setting in, right? That Devin Jack's just pretty much pulled away from the field. He pretty much needs a miracle right now, right? Or something to happen to reel him in. So, he's just got to keep it calm, collective, accept where he's at right now because, yeah, second place is a strong finish after actually the struggle that he's had the last few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely, hey, you take it when you can get it, and I'm sure he wants to win, especially after leading all his laps last week, but second place is still solid. Gotta hang on to it. Chris French quietly running in 3rd place. Another really strong performance from him.
Well, yeah, Chris French, we've seen run pretty much strong all season. I mean, he's been tied up in a few incidents, throughout the season, but very strong performance all season. And to see him run in 3rd place, I mean, really no surprise either. That 53 machine's been pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll go back to this battle once again because it's still going on. The 54 of Levi Cox and Kyle Terzak still bumper to bumper, It's, they're probably getting tired of seeing each other at this point, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, it's week in, week out, right? These two. And these two with Jake Route, right? All 3 of them are always nose to tail. And it's crazy to see. It doesn't matter what oval we're at. It doesn't matter if we're at a road course. It doesn't matter. These guys are stuck together like glue.
Absolutely. So, Levi was pretty fast at Sebring last week in the Xfinity Series, too. I think he pulled out a top 10, but he was running in the top 5 for quite a bit, if I remember right. And,
I wouldn't know. I wasn't able to be there.
Well, we missed. We needed.
Well, keep moving through the field, shall we? Oh, we got a wreck. Jake Maki. Jake Maki and oh my goodness, Jake Maki is around. Heavy contact with Benson Weaver. We got a lot of damaged cars here. Man, if there was going to be a yellow, I figured it would have been then.
That was definitely
and it was just as I said. Let's move on through the field. Jake Grout and Maki, you see them side by side here going in the corner, but Jake loses the rear end of the car and shoves Jake off the track, and he just was not able to hold on to it. When you get all the tires into the dirt, there's nothing you can do. It just Benson Weaver nowhere to go after Maki bounced off the wall, and both cars just mangled right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very unfortunate. This long into the race, too.
Yeah, Benson Weaver's off the track again. His entire right front is just broken.
Yeah, hate to see it.
Yeah, you can see his onboard here. He can't see. He just sees smoke, and then boom, car. Oh, man. Heartbreak for those two. Man.
Yeah, we see both of them in the pits now. Unfortunate end to their strong runs tonight. While that was going on, Kyle Terzak was able to get back by Levi Cox.
Well, I guess now we can talk about Jake Rout, that 49 machine. Um, Started ninth tonight, right? It's up to sixth. I mean, just seeing the trouble that he's having, he's definitely fighting the handling of that machine.
Yeah,
Kind of
his
at the
car is
cost of
broken.
the 13. Yeah, his right
Uh,
front's got some significant damage, and he's fighting to keep that thing on the track, but still able to hold on to sixth place for now. But we're only halfway through this race. Just keep that in mind. We just hit the halfway mark, so still a long race to go. But we'll have to keep an eye on that 49 machine as he just runs off the track here.
yeah, so we're going back to C because that damage happened after the incident with Aki. I
Yeah, and he's
think
pulling
it
it on pit road.
should be right about. I think he hits the tire. Yep.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Call that clip number one.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on pit road now, so he's going to fall back in the standings here, which Kyle Terzak is probably enjoying, probably seeing that from his spotter telling him, hey, Jake Crack's got a problem. And he's only 4 points behind, so we may see a new points leader coming out of this.
Yeah, that's good for Terzak and French and Cox. All those guys will certainly gain some much needed points on Jake Rout here.
Well, who took Jake Rout's position right now is Robert Brobst. Started 14th tonight. It's up to 6th. You know, it just shows keeping it on the track, keeping it clean. Like these other guys make mistakes, and you're going to start finding your way up to the front of this field. So right now, as I say that as he runs off the track. Sorry, Robert. Probably heard me talking about you. But
Yeah.
still a strong performance tonight from that machine.
Yeah, it's definitely, hey, that's a true testament, like you said, to just running the clean race, mind your P's and Q's, and yeah, avoid the chaos. And yeah, I mean, we just saw 3 of the top 10 wreck within the last
Yeah.
lap or two here, so
Well, right behind him, 43 machine coming over the hill is David Hill. You see what I did there?
it's
But
great. That's cute.
David Hill, you're now going to take over the 7th position. Started 7th tonight, so he's pretty much right where he started. But another clean race out of that 43 machine tonight. Making some progress. Has had a really good finish last week. I think he finished top 5, I believe. I think he finished.
Yeah, we finished
Yeah,
5th.
I know.
They were wrecking across the line, yes.
I remember. Ooh, right there in front of him with the lap car. That was a little close, but. Yeah, 5th place last week, but 7th place tonight. And I feel like we're talking like it's almost the end of the race. It's really not. We still, like I say, we just hit halfway. Still got a long way to go. But kind of like we don't get to do this often, right? Kind of go through the field because everything's just kind of so chaotic on the oval. So this is kind of nice to do this.
Yeah, definitely, give some people a little bit of a spotlight and get to talk about them when we have time. Oh, no! That, Jake Mackey again off in a... Oh, no.
Yeah,
I-
yeah. It was Jake Maki in the chicane.
We're going to go back and try to see that. Yeah, we can see the right front is already torn up, and he had a lot of damage from that earlier incident. Goes in and just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like he
cooks it.
clipped the curb and kind of lost the rear end there, right in the tire wall. And that tire wall is not forgiving by no means. It may look like it, but in this simulator, it is not forgiving. It will destroy your car.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
where did we leave off at?
well, I was about to say, another thing we have time to do, since it's a road course, is go through the chat. Not a whole lot of people in the chat tonight, but we do see Connor Lyons saying, "What's up, everybody? Road course racing, that's a first." Yeah, this is, we like to do it once per season in the Spark Racing League. It's, yeah, it's been a pretty good race so far. And glad you came out and said hi. And then we have a Aiden Nice fan that Ben's own LN. But oh my, we see a lot of smoke here. Clifton Simmons out in the grass. Yep. He just won a lap down, so that means we only have 10 cars on the lead lap. Devin Jack is out here just, man,
Yeah, he's put.
embarrassing the field, essentially.
Yeah, Devin Jack's out here putting some monstrous lap times down. Pretty much, anywhere between half a second to a second faster than the field. But believe it or not, the only person that was actually close to him in lap times the last lap was that man in third place who is now almost wrecking. I got to quit talking about people. It's Chris French in third place, right? He ran a 38.3 that previous lap compared to the 38.2 that Devin Jack was running. So, yeah, he may be 13 seconds behind the leader right now, but he's still running lap times equivalent to what the leader's running. So, still put on a show right now, these top three.
Yep. And with that said, Kyle Terzak's definitely gained some ground on Chris French here.
Yeah, Chris French just took an adventure off of the last corner into the grass. That's what I was saying. I got to quit talking about him.
Yeah, so, I mean, hey, Kyle's not out of a podium position just yet. Just got 12 laps to keep it on track and maybe try to make a move on Chris.
Yeah, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this battle here for third place. But I kind of want to continue on where we kind of left off, right? 8th place tonight, Tristan Mahu, that 64 machine. Started 18th tonight, up 10 positions. Actually, our biggest mover so far tonight. That 64 machine. I haven't seen too much out of him this season, but he had a few good races throughout the season. Been seeing him up front, just not the finishes that he had hoped. But strong performance tonight, up here in 8th place, still on the lead lap.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I'm telling you, these being good at these road courses does pay off, and you don't have to be the fastest, but if you're consistent and you're breaking points and all that, you can really salvage a decent finish.
Yeah, that you can. A guy trying to chase him down right now, who's actually running a little bit quicker than him, is William Cameron in that 48 machine. We definitely love seeing the paint schemes on the 48. He always seems to bring a good paint scheme out each week. I love them colors. No, that's one he's been running this season, but he's got a lot of damage on that left front. May have had some contact with a wall or another driver tonight, but doesn't seem to be slowing him down too much. Running in the 9th position right now, trying to chase down Tristan.
Yeah, really solid run from William. I think that damage was around from the very beginning of the race, so he's I guess, yeah, it's not too bad, but I imagine it's not helping. Then yeah, our next one, last car on the lead lap, Aiden Neese. We've seen him go off track a few times. That car is all beat up, but yeah, still running pretty decent here.
Yeah, like you said, his last car on the lead lap. Definitely seen some trouble out of that 24 machine. A couple of spins, getting that contact with the 8 machine. Played nicely tonight. So yeah, he's just, I'm pretty sure that 24 machine is just waiting for that checkered flag to win.
Yeah, moving back up front, we have Chris French lost 2 positions here.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like he had a little bit of an off track as well going into the Knickerbrook corner there. Yeah, just overcooked it going in, and nothing you can do about that. You just have to let the guys go.
Yep, certainly could have been worse, right? But yeah, you just gotta regroup, follow this guys, cool your tires off a little bit, and try to make a charge at the end here. But that moves Kyle Terzak up to P3.
I know we've talked about it many a times, but I'm impressed with Devin Jack's speed right now. I mean, his qualifying time was a 137.6, and his last lap was a 137.9. I mean, after 21 laps on this racetrack, he is still putting times down as almost as fast as his qualifying time. Yeah, that man has got this track figured out.
Definitely shows that that tire wear maybe wasn't as important as we thought it would be. But, I mean, who knows? He could be abusing them. And I know these things, once you get near the end of the life of the tire, they drop off pretty fast. But it takes a long time to get there.
I don't think he's been abusing them by no means. If anything, he was taking care of them. But another driver that's been keeping up. I mean, he may lose a little bit here and there. I mean, 8.5 seconds back. You know, Ryan Phillips still running really good times in comparison to what Devin is. Just not enough to kind of catch him. But Kyle Terzak, though, who's now in third place, but it's going to take something to happen, like I said, for these guys to catch up to these top two.
Yeah, definitely not enough time to make up a 7-second gap, or looks like Ryan Phillips might have just went off. He lost about a second there, but
Oh, one thing I was trying to look at is we lost, Chris French lost even more position. It looks like over there in the hairpin had an incident off of the hairpin where he spun out. Oh, man, it pulled right up back in front of Benson Weaver. Benson Weaver had probably a deja vu there for a moment.
this the lap before, or
It was, man, I'm going to have to go back and look. Yeah, it was lap 20, 21.
Sure. Yeah, we see him with a really shallow entry, and yeah, it just gets loose on exit. Up on the hill. Oh my, yeah. Benson's probably having flashbacks right there of what happened between him and Jake Mackey.
Yeah, well, he was prepared for that one.
It looks like we have had a couple changes here. It looks like Robert Probst got a little bit of left front damage, and David Hill was able to get by. And William Cameron was just able to get by Kristen Mayhew for 8th.
Yeah, it looks like the Robert Probst machine was another victim to that hairpin and getting it into too hard and getting it up into the grass. Definitely been a challenging corner for these drivers tonight.
Yeah, we might as well go back and take a look at what happened here for Robert. You see, they're just about wide open through that corner, I'm sure. And then this high banked corner, he got up in the marbles, and yeah, once he hit the grass, it's over.
Yeah, we need to go up and look at Levi Cox going into turn 2 here just a moment ago.
Oh.
I want to talk about completely sideways.
Yeah, we see him get the grass. Once he got the brakes, it just snapped the car. That was a really good save, though. That could have could have ended his day hitting that inside wall. Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's got a challenge ahead of him to try and catch up to Kyle Terzak, who's now got a good gap on him after that little ordeal.
Yeah. The breathing room he needs to really set sail and try to catch Ryan Phillips. He has it's knocked a second or two out of Phillips's lead over him, but maybe a little too little, a little too late, but we'll keep an eye on it.
And kind of going on the chat here, Jacob Nickerson joined us in the chat here saying the mini stock guys are having a hard day other than Ryan Phillips. Yeah, definitely. This has been a definitely challenging track for a lot of these drivers. Aiden East just went for a power slide, similar to what Levi Cox just did. Able to hold on to it and keep her going.
Yeah. We're gonna we'll go back on board for that one because
man, big crash. Jake Grout hard into the tire barrier. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just seen a car go flying into the wall here. Not entirely sure what happened.
Oh no, Dylan Potts getting lapped by him there, and yeah, he kind of got over a little bit. It got out in the grass, man, and once these things are out there, it's like ice.
Yeah, it looked like his. Yeah, he hit the brake in the grass, and you just cannot stop. And man, what a hard hit! Man, he's on. He had to get that towed back to the pit lane.
You left front damage, very unfortunate. Yeah, it's a tough night for
Wow.
Grout, but
Not what you want to see, especially for him, being the points leader right now. Probably going to be one of his worst races of the season.
yeah, definitely that's going to bring a big point shakeup. I'm sure he had that incident earlier, was able to kind of fix the car and get back out there, and then yeah, unfortunately, just bad timing by the two and a little bit of an overcorrection out into the grass. I'm sure that will end Grout's night.
Yeah, kind of just looking through the field here. Yeah, Tom Lickert's been having some struggles tonight in that 99 machine. Currently 3 laps down. Um, I mean, he's doing better than where he started, right? Started 19th up to 13th, but he is definitely struggling with those rear tires. And one thing about our Spark late model tour is there are no tires. So the tires that you start the race with are the tires you're going to finish the race with. So you can definitely tell that 99 machine's struggling with the tire wear tonight.
Yeah, you
And
got to take care of them, you know.
yeah, it looks like Jake Maki just went an additional lap down, so you'll be seeing him 5 laps down. And he's in 14th, right behind the 99 machine of Tom Lickert. So,
Yeah, if a
yeah, he's
pit stop from the 48, I wonder if that is fuel related or maybe trying to fix some of that damage up.
yeah, him and I'm not sure if related or not, but him and Ada Nice had some contact on the straightaway before pitting. And then he just pulled it in right after that contact was made. It wasn't major, but
Let's see. Yeah, a little
yeah,
door banging down the straightaway.
yeah, he's pulling back on the track now. So maybe fuel. I mean, I know one of your pre-race things was maybe not making it on fuel tonight. So, a lot of downshifting. If he was doing it, you see a lot of drivers downshifting to those higher gears. It definitely burns up a lot more fuel than what some of these other guys who stay in those lower gears will do.
Yep, definitely. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's very interesting, you know. And makes you wonder if Devin
Maybe he
Jack's
just need an
starting to
ice
wonder
cream
about that. Yeah, hey, that's possible too.
Yeah, it looks like we got Benson Weaver struggling in the hairpin there as well. A lot of these guys are struggling in that hairpin tonight. I don't know if it's just the awareness of the tire and that banking of that corner, or maybe they're just throwing it in there too deep. But we're seeing a lot of cars get completely sideways or just completely missing the corner.
Yep, definitely a tough place for big model.
Yeah, we got
One
Jake.
mistake can end your night. Oh, Ryan Phillips
Jake.
out in the dirt. That
Oh
allows
no.
Urzak to catch him.
Yeah, that's massive because keep in mind, I mean, Ryan Phillips had almost a 10-second gap over Tearzak. And now with that little bit of a slip up as he goes off in the grass, he's going to battle out. No, Ryan's just going to give it to him. But, I mean, he just lost second place from those little bits of incidents here. And we only have a handful of laps remaining.
Yeah, that's man, that's awful. You make it that whole way without really, putting the tire in the wrong, and right at the end, I mean, he's not out of it yet. He's still got the speed. He's right on a Urzak's bumper.
Oh, man, what a save. I mean, just if you can't say he's giving it his all right now, I mean, you're mistaken. But that's going to be second place for Kyle Terzak, which honestly we didn't expect. But like I said, this was a long race and pretty good endurance race. So, I mean, he was at one point, like I said, 10, maybe 11 seconds behind second place and was able to reel him in.
Yeah. Man, definitely unfortunate for Ryan here. But, yeah, hold on. Try to get that podium, man. I want to see, after last week, he deserves a podium.
Well, we still got just a handful of laps remaining, which, still a long ways to go. But before all that kind of shook up, I was going to mention we got a Jake 454 in the chat saying this is not fun. And I guess it depends on, your definition of fun, because I can assure you, I'm sure Devin Jack right now in that 4-down machine is thinking this is the funnest thing in the world right now.
I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would say that is Jake Rout in the chat. We feel your pain. Definitely weren't slow here today. Just had some rotten luck, and yeah, unfortunate.
Oh, hey, put it on a count 2. I just watched the 24 machine clip that tire there in the chicane. Didn't do a lot of damage, but he clipped it.
Well, let's go take a look while we get near the end of this race.
Count that as a clip.
Yeah, hey, I'm sure it gave him a 0x at least, right?
Oh, Kyle Terzak's off into the grass and the gravel up here. He's able to hold on to it. Oh, got a cross contact with Maki. That's going to allow Levi Cox to catch up.
Ryan Phillips is gone.
We'll have to definitely go back and take a look at that. But there was some serious contact between Kyle Terzak and Jake Maki there.
Yeah, we're going back to see. I think Phillips might have got the tire. Let's see.
Oh no, not the chicane of death.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, that is by far the worst one we've seen tonight. Looks like he lost it under a brake, and I don't mean to laugh, but that was a hard impact. But the battle right now is between Kyle Terzak and Levi Cox. They're side by side. It's about to head off into the hairpin now. So we're rewatching it from the onboard.
I'm going back to the battle.
Oh. Yeah, they're side by side right now, just leaning on each other in the hairpin. It pushes Levi off the track. You need to get back onto this action.
I'm trying so hard.
What are you doing?
Here we go. All right.
Well, you missed all the action. They're all separated.
Yeah, well, hey, we tried.
Well, you're it's all right, but yeah, that was Levi was definitely trying to make the passes. We only have 2 laps to go. It's going to be tough for Levi to catch up to Kyle now. We're going to have a lot to kind of recap towards the end of this race here, because we're definitely going to go back and look at these couple of incidents that have occurred on that with about 3 to go.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, white flag is out. Devin Jack heading out of turn 1 with a commanding lead over Kyle Terzak.
Yeah, just a handful of more corners, and he'll be putting on a hurting on the field tonight. Currently 16 seconds ahead, but yeah, Devin Jack's pretty much started this race first, led every single lap, just set sail on the field tonight.
Very impressive run, and I'll tell you, this battle for second place now, but it was for third. The entire race has been incredible between Terzak, Cox, French, and Brian Phillips for that unfortunate incident.
Yeah, Levi's definitely slowly catching him, but it's just not going to be enough. He's going to have to see a mistake happen from that 15 machine, which is a possibility with his lap traffic ahead of him right now. See what happens.
Yeah, Tristan Mayhew.
Tristan should just let him go here. He does. Only a handful of corners remain. Now Levi's going to try and get by him. But yeah, Tristan lets him go.
Oh, last turn, Devin Jack waxes the field here at Oulton Park, leaving his second win of the season.
Yeah, Kyle Terzak. Oh man, we got a car off the last corner here, but Kyle Terzak's going to come off the last corner here. Gonna finish second tonight with Levi Cox finishing third. Right behind him, but Levi was trying to catch up to him. Where's our fourth place driver, Mr. French? There he is. Yeah, he's heading down the straightaway here. I'm not sure what the name of the straightaway is. Heading off into our last corner here. Good, solid performance tonight for that 53 machine as well, as he's going to be crossing the line. But I'm going to tell you what, man, our fifth place right now, everything holds true, right? David Hill, that's going to be the second top 5 in a row out of that 43 machine. So he's heading off in the last corner right now.
Yep, definitely a solid effort. You know, he was able to get
man.
by Robert there, and you know, count on some unlucky things to happen in front of him. And hey,
yeah, so
top
we have a blown motor right back here crossing the line. Here is the James Barker. Looks like.
Oh, hey, it made it.
Yeah.
There's going to be some spare parts for sale after that one. Sure.
Yeah, it looks like everyone has crossed the line. Well, we kind of got what we asked for tonight, Johnny. We got the action that we expected. I mean, Devin Jack was kind of in a league of his own, but we had seen some good on track battles. We've seen some hellacious crashes, man. We can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we do this once a season, and that's why we saw a lot of great racing. There was some chaos too, but yeah, definitely, I think all in all, a pretty good race.
Yeah, this one thing we
find this battle that we were talking about a couple to go with Perzak and Levi Cox.
Yeah, this was definitely it here. We got the run. They stayed side by side all the way through this long left sweeping corner here, and then off into the hairpin. You see Kyle throw it underneath there, wash up, and just excuse me, I'll see you later.
Yeah, once you get in those marbles, and there's not much you can do. Yeah. We saw those guys battle all night, so definitely not surprised that it came down to only a couple laps.
All night, more like all season. I mean, this has been all season between these two drivers, right? Just it doesn't matter if road course and oval, contact is going to be made between the two.
Well, I think, yeah,
everything up here, yeah.
Definitely time to start our interview segment, and yeah, first contestant, it's going to be Levi Cox finishing in third place. I'm not sure if he's in the Discord area. Levi Cox brought it home P3 there. That was an incredible battle you guys put on for the top 5 that entire race. How you feeling?
That was a lot of fun. These cars, road course racing, that was definitely unique, but had a lot of fun with it. Definitely better result than the Xfinity race the other night, for sure.
Yeah, well, hey, we mentioned that you did have some speed there, and is this something that you kind of look forward to, these road courses? Or you maybe one of our road course ringers, or is it just something that, you know, you got to do it, so you know, put some time in? And
Yeah, I'm not too fond of road courses, but I really like these late models on the road courses, so that was pretty fun. You know you got grip, you know you got brakes. Kind of mat it rather than having to ease off the corner, so that helps out newbies on these road courses, so I'll take it.
well, I'll tell you, for somebody that doesn't like them, you sure have a lot of speed, and yeah, definitely a good run tonight. Another P3 definitely helps you out in points with Jake Grout having issues. Looks like he's going to finish 16th. So both you and Kyle and Chris really have gained a lot of points on Jake. How do you feel going into the end of the season here?
I think Kyle will end up having probably a 14-point lead over me, 15, 16, something like that. So it's still a big gap, but all we can do is keep plugging away. Wish I would have got P2 there, but old Kyle doored me again. So it was fun racing with him. We kind of worked together in the middle part of the race, not holding each other up, and then he just kind of doored me again. So I got to return it before the end of the season. So
oh boy, but yeah, I mean, hey, it looked like just hard racing from our perspective. You know, you got out in the marbles a little bit after the door, and I mean, hey, it could have been worse. We've seen a lot of guys go off and end their night in that corner. So, yeah, either way, once again, congratulations. Before we let you go, do you have anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors, friends at home watching? Floor's yours.
Spark Racing League and all the admins, y'all do a great job of running it and making it interesting. Evan Pienta Designs, Pocket Crew Chief. There's a bunch I'm forgetting. But Cody Glenn Cox Music on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. He's my brother. Puts out some good music, so go check him out.
Sounds like a plan. Yep. Once again, that was Levi Cox, your third place finisher here tonight at Oulton.
Did we hear payback?
Maybe.
think I
Hey,
heard
we
it.
might have a developing story here.
Well, let's go talk to that individual. Yeah, Kyle Turzak, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, man. Second place tonight. I'm going to tell you what, that was definitely a tough race. A lot of hard battling between you and Levi Cox, pretty much the entire race. But talk to us about that little bit of contact there at the end of the race there.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to pass here. We're both going for second. I didn't mean to really get into him there. It's just, we're fighting for second in that corner. I mean, it is very, very tight. This whole course is very, very narrow, I should say. And, yeah, I pushed up a little bit, and I was on the brakes trying to get it back down, and for long enough, I got into him. So it was just unfortunate. But, I thought we had to save fuel because getting in the car, we're like a lap or two short. And me and Jake Grout, we went on fuel save mode, and I realized that we didn't have to at halfway. So I went at halfway, and I felt like also during then I think I saved a bit more of my rears and my tires just overall, and that allowed me to gain a lot on Chris on Ryan.
So do you think, I mean, I know you said strategy kind of didn't play into the role tonight like you had thought, but do you think you would have had anything for Devin if things played out a little bit different?
I think so. I think I would have got to him, but passing would probably be very difficult. As I say, catching is another thing than passing. But Devin had great speed at the beginning, and it showed. He pulled us about 15 seconds, and then when I went, I started to reel him a lot, and then with those battles, it just allowed him to go back up front. So I think if I would have not spun on my qualifying lap, that would have been. Not I would have started eighth. I may have a shot at him and maybe the win.
Well, regardless of that, you're right. Great result tonight. If I'm not mistaken, you should be the points leader going into the next race. Jake Grout had a lot of issues tonight, finished 16th, so you should regain the points lead. So, I mean, going into the last two races of the season with Phoenix and Five Flags, man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Phoenix is a bit of a track for me. I have a lot of laps there in the cup car and stuff, but late model not so much. That's not our cup of tea there. And I ran a couple of races at the new Phoenix with the late model with the dog leg, and that was a lot of fun. So hopefully that can venture over to I think it's the legacy one if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, it's gonna be the older one, the grass.
Yes.
So I wouldn't cut that if I were you.
Yeah, so yeah, that would not be good. But Five Flags probably one of my favorite tracks with this car. You could just it's a driver's track in my opinion. It'll show who can save tires and who can be fast at the end, and it's just overall driver's track. So I'm feeling pretty good for Five Flags and decent about Phoenix. Just got to see how that goes.
Well, man, before we let you go celebrate with the rest of your team, man, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. Arcade Sub Shop just won I think we won the Cars iRacing Late Model Championship. It's still undetermined, but we are the points leader as it stands. But good job to them. 12 weeks of hard work paid off, and I'm very happy because that was a long time in the making. So, RCAM Sub Shop, Coach Sim Shots, Corey Bodie Motorsports, Justin Brooks Designs for the amazing wrap. Terzak Racing on Facebook.
Alrighty, man. Well, that was your second place finisher, Kyle Terzak. Tell you what, man, that was a heck of a battle, heck of a run, and like you said, our new points leader moving out of tonight's race. So, if I'm not mistaken, you got caught up with Devin Jack.
William learned to race on a computer.
It never gets old. Devin Jack, welcome back to the booth on the top spot of the podium yet again. Take us through your race tonight. You dominated from start to finish.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Terzak and Ryan were close to what qualifying and practice times were, so I was expecting there would have been a bit of a battle, but I'm beyond surprised I managed to pull a Jacob Bradley.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you were surprised last week when you ran so well at Sebring too. But man, you're definitely showing yourself to be a pretty solid road racer here. Maybe that road and plate experience helping you out. But yeah, I mean, how is the track condition? Right, we saw maybe some guys trying to save fuel. Was that on your mind at all?
About halfway through, I ran about 5-10 laps, just kind of cruising, seeing what it would do with the fuel. But I was over by half a lap, finished 2 laps over. So I guess as it worn down, I guess the tires wore down, or I was finding better ways to run it because the tires really didn't lose that much grip. I was still running high 37s, low 38s, which I was expecting to be around 40s at that point, but tires just never fell off.
Hey, well, that's a good thing for you for sure, because you were setting a blistering pace throughout that race. Yeah, before we let you go, do you got anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs? Yeah, floor is yours.
Yeah, just the usual ones. Rescreened, Date for putting the stuff on, Benson's #1 hero cards, Goon Squad was there, drivers award, all the usual guys. I don't usually get a chance to do these. I win like once every 2 seasons, so 2 in 1 season is a surprise for me.
On a part-time schedule at
Yeah,
that.
not even running the full thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been exciting to, see you up here and putting on a good show for us. And also appreciate you because you help out with the league as well. But yeah, are we going to see you next week?
Should be here next week. I think the only other one I'm gonna miss is I think it's the final race of 5 flags.
Well, hey, we look forward to it, and hopefully we get to talk to you in the booth a little bit more. And yeah, once again, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with the team.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny.
Well, there you have it, Johnny, man. That was solid, just church pure domination out of Devin Jack tonight. He may seem calm. I hope he's excited, but that was definitely a very calm guy getting out of the machine after a dominating performance like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I would have been sweating, and I would have had to have already gotten up, stretched after getting after it for that long. Definitely a long race, and yeah, he didn't misstep at all. Kept it between the ditches, and yeah, dominating win.
Yeah, I mean that was green flag racing all the way to the end, and still turned out to be about as long as one of our normal races. Very long race tonight.
Through test of these guys' endurance, and yeah, Devin Jack was the one that came out on top.
Well, I say we run through our final finishing order here. So obviously we just spoke with Devin Jack, right? P1 dominating. Kyle Terzak excited about his points lead now. Finished second. Levi Cox third. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the frustration out of that machine, but still, what in the world? I was waiting on something to happen this race, and there it was. All right. Anyways, Chris French gonna finish fourth. David Hill, another solid performance this week. I mean, I hadn't said it enough, right? 2 races in a row, two top fives in a row. I'm sure that camp's very excited about that. Robert Brose pulling on a good finish in 6th place. Aiden Neese, after all of that mayhem out of the 24 machine tonight, finished 7th. Tristan Mayhew in 8th. Clifton Simmons in 9th. William Cameron 10th.
Absolutely, yeah. And we saw him run up front all night, and very unfortunate incident, especially after last week. Ryan Phillips coming home P11, but that does not show the full race that he had, because he was fast. He had a second pretty much locked up, or at least a podium locked up. Very unfortunate. Dylan Potts coming in P12. We saw he had some trouble early on, some damage, and he was able to fight through. Still get a pretty good finish out of that. Tom Lickert 13th. Jake Mackey, after that incident, getting into the tire barrier and making some contact with Benson. Yeah, they're both able to come home 14th and 15th. Jake Grout, we saw he had some severe troubles multiple times tonight. 16th place. That's going to lose him the points lead, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely we expect to see him up front next week, I'm sure. And Caleb Hill, 17th. Lane Nicely, 18th. James Danforth, disconnected about halfway through. 19th. James Barker, 20th. And rounding out the field looks like Dave Grajewski. Yeah, definitely a solid showing tonight. Oh, no, you're good. Solid showing tonight. We saw a little bit of everything. There was some chaos. There was some crashes. There was some really good battles. And there was one dominating performance from Devin Jack. Yeah, I mean, looking forward, we have rest of our schedule here. We're getting near the end. We're off to Legacy Phoenix, then Stafford after that, and then we round everything off at Five Flags. Truly legendary track for these short track cars, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun run to the end.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about our next race at Phoenix. That legacy track, these late models, I think it's going to put on a really good show. It's going to be kind of, it's going to be different, right? It's going to be a lot of straightaways, a lot of speed. We're definitely going to probably see a lot of our like Jake Routes, Kyle Terzak kind of just show their dominance at that track.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be pretty.
Oh man, I thought we only had 2 races left. Man, I lied. We got 3 races left.
Yeah,
I missed Stafford.
Yeah, I think Phoenix, with it being such a big track, and these cars having grip, it's going to be about as close as we get.
Well, keep it in mind, 80 laps at a mile track, it's going to be a long race.
Yeah. So, imagine it's going to be daytime. I don't think that track has weight. Could be a pretty hot track, and maybe we see some tire wear, especially those flat corners, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't have near the bank. Well, turn 1 kind of still has the same banking. The rest of the track doesn't. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty exciting. We don't have to worry about that dog leg or nothing. It's just going to be a straight old style Phoenix. Where we have the pit on the front straightaway, and which is now the back straightaway of the normal Phoenix. So, kind of going back in time a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think with that said, unless you have anything else you want to add, I think we're going to wrap things up here.
Oh, man, it was just a good racing. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in. That was in the chat. I know we missed a few of them. Cam Gillens joined us there at the end, talking about the havoc that was created during the race. And Jake mentioning that this was definitely going to be his job week for sure. So just want to thank you guys for tuning in, man, and joining me and Johnny up here. And we'll definitely see you next week.
Absolutely, yep. Legacy Phoenix next week, same time, same place, right here on Slingshot Racing Media. Have a nice